Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gris.
Hi.
This game is an excuse for me to have a break from horror games,
As you should.
as I should after what happened in Security Breach.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's also a quote unquote pilot for a podcast idea.
Yes.
Basically, we're just going to be playing a chill game and talking about shit so you guys,
Mm-hmm.
have something pretty to watch while listening to us ramble.
Yes.
For future episodes, feel free to suggest topics or people you'd like to see join us.
Yeah.
Let's start. Yes, I do want to start a new game. And I'm playing with a controller because this game is easier with a controller, I found.
Valid. But first we
Just
have a
noticed,
fucking gorgeous cinematic.
I just noticed the fingers are moving.
Oh yeah. They
I
are
never
indeed.
noticed that. I never noticed that before.
The things you notice on your 47th playthrough.
I don't think I've played this game that many times.
I'm exaggerating on purpose.
I actually think
You've maybe played it like 5 times.
no, I'd say three.
Fair.
Because, yeah, three. So hard to talk over that entire
I
cinematic.
know. I'm just like, we should probably say something here, but then we're just stunned to silence.
You gotta listen. You gotta let that cinematic sit. That
Mm-hmm.
cinematic needs to sit. And now I am in the void.
Yay. We are very familiar with that, aren't we?
Hey, that was a black void. This is a white void. This is entirely different.
Right.
It's the opposite. In fact, it's
It
just
is
the opposite.
the anti-void.
It's the anti-void. Both the void and not the void at the same time.
Yes.
At least we shouldn't have any loading issues with this game.
I would hope.
I've never had an issue with this game. And I've played this game at least 3 or 4 times. I love that she switches from like cartoony spindly limbs to realistic limbs when she's close up.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny. I kind of wish it stayed consistent, but it kind of works with the style.
Yeah.
Honestly. Anyway, so I asked for topics and only 2 people fucking answered me, so
But we have topics for 2 episodes now.
we sure do. And if there's anything that the two of us can do, it's take a topic and suddenly get to a different topic without noticing.
Yep.
It's a talent. That's why everyone keeps telling us we should have a podcast.
Indeed.
Anyway, so our first topic, if I recall correctly, was how did we get started in voice acting?
Yeah.
So Phoenix and I met in middle school.
Yes.
Introduced by a mutual friend who started me down on a downward spiral of anime.
Uh-huh. I was already into anime at the time, but not as much.
I didn't even know what anime was until I met this person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I saw like snippets of this was back. I feel so old for saying this, but this was back when Funimation had a TV channel.
Mm.
You remember the Funimation TV channel?
I do not, because I was broke.
Oof.
Where my family was.
Funimation had a TV channel before they became a streaming service. And I remember sometimes laying in my parents' room and watching it because they used to have like a giant TV next to their bed in our old house.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw snippets of like, I think I saw some snippets of Tsubasa Chronicles and a few episodes of Soul Eater.
Nice.
And Soul Eater was what stuck with me. But anyway, I'm already doing the thing I was talking about. That's completely off topic. I'll get back to anime afterwards. But anyway,
yes.
Phoenix and I met in middle school is the point.
Yes.
And we didn't start. Okay, we didn't start dubbing stuff then, per se.
No, not officially.
Not officially. What happened is that I have this just tendency to find fan art and share it with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to what I'd do is I'd find funny comics, not caring if Phoenix recognized them or not.
Most of the time I did not.
Most of the time they did not, because I'd be like, hey, look at this D. Gray Man comic. You don't know what that is, but I don't fucking care. It's still funny even if you don't have the proper context.
And she was correct.
But I'd find comics that I'd find funny. Whether it be D. Gray Man or Legend of Zelda or whatever else I could fucking find in my baby years on Tumblr.
In the baby years.
Listen, middle school was the year I figured out how to make a Tumblr account. And then everything went downhill from there. But, anyway, I'd find comics and we'd just sit together at, like, recess, because our middle school had recess.
Yes, it was one of the good ones.
It was one of the good ones. So our middle school had recess, and we either had recess or lunch or when the rare moments when we were on a bus together, like when we had field trips.
Ah, yeah. Because I was about to say, bitch, I never took the bus.
No, I never took the bus either in middle school. My mother drove me, but we had field trips where whenever I could, I'd sit next to you on the bus. And basically, what I'd do is we'd take the comics I found and we'd read them together.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was someone Phoenix didn't know, I'd be like, okay, so this is what the character is like, and then you just like give them a voice that fits that. I don't care if it's accurate or not, just give it a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like a game, basically.
Yeah, it was something we did for fun.
It was something we did for fun, and just because we thought it was funny, and just because I liked having the comics have some sort of like voice to them.
Mm-hmm.
And because I
we didn't even know what comic dubs were at the time.
No, we didn't. I just liked seeing if I could match the emotion in a comic, and honestly, it was hilarious. I think we both found it really funny, especially if it was a funny comic. We'd get the delivery just right, and then we'd both just die laughing.
Yes.
Even though we were the ones doing the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't actually remember when we started. Whenever that first D. Gray Man comic dub video came out was when we officially started. I don't remember when that comic came out.
Do I dare look it up?
I mean, it would help. It would help the story.
All right, keep talking. I'm looking it up.
Okay, well, the channel officially started with the D. Gray Man video. Back in the days when I didn't realize you had to ask for an artist's permission before doing stuff because I was like 13 and stupid. Thankfully, I have learned.
Mm-hmm.
And now we ask for permission before we do things.
It was at least 4 years ago.
Was it really only 4 years ago?
At least.
No, it feels like way before I was a senior in high school.
Oh yeah, it definitely was.
No.
We were definitely still in middle school. Maybe like freshman year of high school.
Freshman year of high school at least was when that video came out.
Mm-hmm.
Just go on the channel and like search like from oldest to newest.
I did, but the oldest video we have is from those times.
Which times?
The villainous times.
Oh, did I like? Oh, I might have privated the video because it wasn't credited. Okay, well, whatever. We were definitely in like freshman year of high school, which at this point is at least 6-7 years ago. Because I graduated college recently and I was only in there for 3.5 years, so I don't even remember. Maybe I'll figure out the actual anniversary of our channel and we'll do like a thing for it. But
yeah.
But anyway, we officially started voice acting with the D-Gray Man video, where I just find like a compilation of shit and I'd make it into and we'd record it on my phone and I'd edit it together. Alright, we didn't even have professional equipment. We literally just used, like the recording app on my fucking iPhone. And it was hilarious. And it was back in the days and I didn't realize you had to ask for permission.
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably why I privated the video.
Probably.
But there was a lot. I made a lot of mistakes like that. I think there used to be like, you know, like those like picture slideshow tributes to characters.
Mm-hmm.
I made a few of those to like D-Gray Man characters, and I didn't credit the artists or ask for permission or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a reason you can't find those videos anymore because I've grown and realized that's bad. So we don't do that anymore. Which is also why some of the old song covers are gone because I used art that wasn't mine.
Yeah.
But the point is was the question when or why we got into voice acting?
I guess both.
Okay, well, when was middle school, I guess, like I've been saying.
Yes.
And from D-Gray Man, what did we do after that? We did some Steven Universe stuff, right?
Yes, or at least tried to.
We tried to do some Steven Universe stuff.
We did, like, an episode of Miraculous.
Yeah, we did. That was before I knew what Miraculous Ladybug was, and I remember how astounded you were that I could do a Marinette voice without ever having heard what Marinette sounded
No, it wasn't even Marinette, it was Tiki.
Right, yeah, it was Tiki that I could do a perfect impression of, despite having never heard what Tiki sounded like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you either gave me a description, I just looked at her and went, yeah, this is the kind of voice that thing would have.
It was one or the other, and I was just like, that is literally perfect, what the fuck?
And then I think you showed me a clip, and I was like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
How'd I do that? But, man, we should have realized back in the beginning that you weren't cis. I mean, you played Pearl. You played Pearl in the Steven Universe video.
That I did, yeah.
Yeah, didn't you also play Sapphire?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I was Ruby and you were Sapphire. I think you were also Garnet.
Yeah, I was Sapphire in the comics, but I was Ruby in the song covers.
Yeah. We should have realized back then.
Yeah!
We should have realized a lot. Listen, we should have realized a lot of things about you.
I should have realized a lot of things about me. The fuck?
You're right.
Everyone else around me noticed that.
Okay, well now we have to tell that story because it's too funny to leave out of context.
Alright, fine. We'll tell the story of how I thought I was cis straight.
Okay, so in middle school, Phoenix was like never acted straight in any way. Even my father was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure that they're gay?" And I'm like, they say they're not, but the rest of us highly doubt it. But they keep saying no, so we're not pressing it. And I think the funniest thing is our mutual friend was literally like, I thought we all knew and just weren't talking about it.
Yeah!
But no, the rest of us knew. You were in denial.
Yeah, our mutual friend was just like, wait, I thought they were just out and everyone was chill with it.
No. See, that was our other friend, the one that came out as lesbian and then never let anyone forget that she was lesbian.
Uh-huh.
Though I loved her for it, and she was fantastic, and goodness, I miss her so much. But, but anyway, so we knew throughout all of middle school that there was something going on there, the entire. But at some point we're like, okay, well they're denying it, they're not gonna admit to it, so like, we're not gonna like force you into that realization, if it's a thing. Maybe this is just how you are, maybe this is just how you act, and if it's a realization that it has to happen from you,
Yep.
So we all kind of like let it go. And the assumptions kind of died down when you dated one of our female friends for a little while.
Uh-huh.
And
I don't even know how long that relationship lasted.
Not a long time.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, maybe like
remember.
6 months?
Maybe. Longer than any of my middle school quote-unquote relationships lasted.
Ah!
I don't know, man. I was a lonely child. I just thought that I could use a boyfriend for no particular reason than I just wanted to say I had a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked the weirdest boys.
Yeah, you did.
But now we know better.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know better. Now we know I'm also gay. And that I need to find me a good girl.
Yes.
Well, bisexual, but whatever.
Yeah.
I've tried men. I'm sick of men. I want a woman.
Fair. Valid.
I want a girlfriend, goddammit.
Go get your ones.
But anyway, on with the story. So, in high school, suddenly, I remember this
Yep.
very clearly. I'm shopping with my parents.
It took me like 6 fucking years to come to this realization.
In high school, probably sophomore, junior year of high school.
The end of junior year.
The end of junior year, thank you. So, I remember I was shopping with my parents, literally, and I get a text from you, and you're like, Len, I need to tell you something, and I'm like, yeah, what is it? Is something wrong? And you're like, I think I might be bi, and I was like, no, oh, you don't fucking say. It isn't like we've been saying for 4 years.
That exact energy is actually what happened, just via text.
Via text. Literally, I just went, oh, no, you don't say. And then I turned to my dad, and I'm like, Dad, it finally happened. They finally admitted they weren't straight. And my dad was like, oh, finally. And I was like, I know, right? And it was the funniest thing. And you were like, screw you. And I'm like, dude, 5 years we've all been telling you that something was going on there. 5 years you decided that no, we were all wrong. Well, too bad. You have to listen to me being sarcastic and tell you what, and he listened to I told you so. So that was that, and then Phoenix continued realizing shit, and now we've got what are we at right now?
We are at so many labels.
Yeah. It started as bi, and then went to gay, and then went back to bi, and now it's
demi-romantic, omnisexual, and trans female.
Yes. So we're so it took a bit, but at least you finally admitted you weren't straight.
Mm-hmm.
That was step one. Step one was admitting that you weren't straight, and that was a victory for everybody.
Yes.
Because all of us were vindicated.
Yeah.
That reminds me of when I thought I was when I first figured I wasn't cis, and I came out as you all remember that I originally went by he him pronouns, and now I've kind of settled back into not precisely my birth gender, but at least she they is what I've settled on.
Yeah.
And that feels a lot more correct, but I came out as trans, and literally the same thing happened where my entire friend group was like, yeah, we knew. And I'm like, you people need to tell me things.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
the problem with me is you did tell me.
We did tell you things. We told you things for 5 years. We told you things. No one told me anything. I just figured it out one day, and everyone was like, yeah, we know. And I was like, I was like expecting this like big talk, and all of you are acting like this is nothing. But anyway, trying to get back on topic, I suppose.
Topic? Us? Never.
the reason why we got into voice acting was, besides the fact that it's just a lot of fun, this one wants a career out of it.
Yes.
I want a side gig out of it. Or a career. I'd be happy with either.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I don't know, just, when did we blow up? Was it Bendy that blew us up or Villainous? I think it was Abomination that blew us up.
Yeah, it was kind of Villainous. We were starting to get popular with Villainous, but then Abomination happened, and that just skyrocketed us.
And like, we were doing it for fun, and we're like, oh yeah, like, who cares? Like, not a lot of people will watch this, it's fine, whatever, and then we suddenly released a fucking Abomination, and suddenly I'm like, oh god, where are people, what?
What? Why?
Where are you people coming from? Why are you here? What? Excuse me?
Whomst?
And now we're here with 34,000 of you, I think now. It is, and oh my god.
Wild.
If every single person that watched the Pimp Alistair video subscribed, we'd be at 1 million subscribers. But unfortunately, that's not how YouTube works, which you'd think it would be, because if they like that video, they'd want to see more of that stuff, but oh well.
Oh well.
But anyway, the point being is we started because it was a game, and then we figured out it was a lot of fun, so we made a hobby out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're trying to make a career out of it, and I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to have fun with it. And eventually, if I actually do manage to get like a full-time job and I have time to deal with shit like that, we might honestly. I have been thinking of trying to get us some merch.
Ooh, nice.
I just don't know what we do is the thing. I guess I'd like draw stuff, and we could start with simple things like pins and charms and whatever, but like, the problem with that is then I'd have to find like a distributor and someone, well, not a distributor, I could just find like a website, but I need somebody, I need a manufacturer, that's what I meant. I have no idea how to get this thing. It's not required, so I don't have to get it, but whatever. I'm just gonna continue on with the story. But yeah, I don't know if anyone would be interested, you know? And I feel like this is like a thing that like a bunch of my favorite Twitter artists will do. This is where they're like, okay, I'm gonna make like 20 pins, and I'm gonna see where the interest is, you know? And if a lot of people want it, then I'll make more pins, and then I'll make this like a regular thing, you know?
Yeah.
So that might just have to be what we eventually do, is we get to like a manufacturer, and we go, okay, make this many, and if we get more pre-orders, then make enough pre-orders for everybody, you know?
Yeah.
The other goal is to someday be at PAX East as our channel.
Yes, as a panelist.
As a well, maybe not even as a panelist, just like, even if we just have like a booth, you know?
Oh yeah.
Just I wanna be at PAX East in the regard that allows fans to meet us. You know, if you guys want to.
Yeah.
Not even like I don't know if we'll ever be big enough for like a panel meet and greet thing like the big YouTubers, but like at least like a booth. And again, I can make like merch for the booth and whatever, you know, like limited edition merch that you will only get if you see us at PAX. And like signed prints and whatever, if you guys would even want that. Like it's a dream. And I feel like we need a little bit more subscribers before PAX East accepts us as such.
Oh, definitely.
But I don't even know what you have to do to get a booth. I know how you sign up to be a panelist, but I have no idea how you sign up to have like a booth.
I know you have to pay for the space.
Yeah. That's another thing, is that I'd need money.
Yeah.
I need a lot of money. I need money for the space. I need money for like the, you know, putting the merch in for manufacturing. You know. So there's a lot of just like logistical problems with that, with making merch. And I feel like before anything like that happens, I want to see if we can reach 100,000 subscribers.
Oh, definitely.
I want to get a silver play button.
Yes.
And once that silver play button is in my hands, I will know we are ready for stuff like merch. You know? Or I feel like either that, or if we ever get a sponsorship, that'll be like...
Yes. Whichever comes first.
Whichever comes first. Either silver play button or sponsorship, that's how I'll know we've made it enough to get merch. You know? Oh, hello.
Oh, friend.
Hello, friend. I didn't mean to jump on you, but I suppose that's what I was supposed to do, so whatever. But, yeah. We got into this because it was fun, and we're gonna continue it for as long as we freaking can. I have no idea what the future of this YouTube channel is. I can only hope that we'll continue it for many, many more years.
Yeah.
God knows that no matter what job I'll find, I'll somehow make time for this. Because I find this incredibly fun to do. And I think my next step personally for this channel is to figure out how to live stream.
Yeah.
Figure out how much it costs to get a good live streaming software and like equipment to allow me to do that, you know, properly. And that way that we can, because I know that a lot of times when like I ask like the audience like, what would you like to see from us? People are like, you should live stream, and I'm like, I would love to, but I don't know how. And I need to set up a second monitor so that I can monitor chat, you know, and
Yeah.
it requires a lot of things, but that's like that feels like my logical next step for this channel, you know, is figuring out how we can live stream so we can do stuff like live Q&As or like live gaming videos, or even like a mixture of stuff like live Q&As while I draw or while I play a game or something, you know, or like, you know, like like I'd love to be one of those channels that like plays Jackbox and lets the audience participate. You know? But like to do that, we need to live stream, because otherwise the audience can't participate. You know, like we could just play with our friends, but what's the fun if the audience can't participate also? You know.
True.
So that like we could do stuff like that, but first I need to figure out how the hell
Yep.
live stream.
Hey.
And I don't know if that should stay on YouTube or if like at that point I should make like a Twitch channel for us.
Who knows?
I don't know. We'll cross that bridge if and when we get there. But I just know that a lot of you guys would probably like to see us live stream stuff. So, like, the idea we had for if we ever did get a panel at PAX East was like a how-to voice acting thing. I think, right? Was that our idea?
I think so. Either that or just like a Q&A.
I think it was a mix of both, you know?
Yeah.
I think the thing I put, because I did apply for a panel like 2 years ago, and I got rejected, obviously, but I think the thing I put on was like how to voice act, and then like I said, like plus meet and greet.
Yeah.
Because what I wanted to do was something like, I know that a lot of YouTubers will like do like a panel, and then like right after in a separate room they'll like do like a signing.
Yeah.
I did that. I've met so many YouTubers at PAX East. And one voice actor.
Hell yeah.
I met, I think like 3 years ago I was at a, Gearbox signing, and I met the voice actor of Scooter.
Nice.
And I got him to record a little thingy for me that I still have on my phone. Every single time I meet a YouTuber or something, I ask them to record an inspirational message for me. You know, as like a way to be, as like a pick me up when I'm feeling really depressed.
Yeah.
You know, like I usually preface it with that, like, I suffer from depression. Can you record something from me, for me that would like help me? And they usually, and every single one I have, I think I have like 8 of them, is like a very sweet message, and it's so nice.
Oh yeah.
I think my favorite one, despite it being like one of the shorter ones, is the time I met Mark and Jack. Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, for clarity's sake. I met them together, and I was like, and I said that, I'm like, hey, can you record something for me, whatever, and Jack recorded like an actual thing, right? And I was planning on going to them separately. Well, they were together, but I was planning on, like, I was with Jack first, and then I was going to Mark, and then I was gonna ask him to record his own thing, right? But Jack, like, I give Jack my phone to record the thingy, right? And
Yep.
And then, to my surprise, he just hands it to Mark. And Mark has no idea what's happening, so I just have in that recording just Mark going, what he said. Listen to me. I am the real Markiplier. And it's great, and it's so funny because he's just so like, what's happening? I don't know what's happening, but you have a thing in my face, so no.
Nah.
Oh. Okay, and on that
Sadness.
on that note, we're actually out of time for this episode.
Oh, yeah.
So we will see you guys next time.
Bye.